spirits review. Here we go. So tonight, new in at Sainsbury's is Brew By Numbers, or BB number 42. It's described as a DDH double dry hot pale ale, hazy, soft and juicy, alcohol content of 5.5%. I will read what it says on the back. This naturally hazy and full-bodied DDH pale ale is packed with vibrant new season American hops, unveiling flavours of ripe mango and zesty citrus fruit. Brewed in London, so London bit. So yeah, ever loading message. God knows what that was about. So let's pour this bad boy out. See where it's going. A lemony colour to this rather than the standard orange. Yeah, that sort of look to it. 1.5 centimetres of white head. Hoppy nose with mango for certain. Cheers all. Ooh. I need to read that, what it says again, because that's a different flavour, that is. Zesty citrus fruit. Yeah. It's got a real different sort of taste to it. Like a dry zestiness coming off this. That's my only way of describing the taste. Hoppy on the nose, bitey at first, mango with a dry zest finish. Complex little beastie for a blooming pale ale. So yeah, you know, for a wet beer, it's got quite a dry finish to it. It's totally dried my palate out. That's ever so strange. It's different, and yeah, it's something to behold. You do wonder sometimes how certain things are created. You know, when you think of so many breweries these days, you know, all the beers that are out there in the world, you know, there's so many beers that must be the absolute replica of another beer. You would think so, wouldn't you? There's only so many combinations of hops, malt, and temperatures. And I suppose that's it, isn't it? You know, it's one of those things where I need to do a chat one time with like an informal chat with a brewer, and ask these daft for me questions, and just to see what they say. And you know, the question is why, how, so few hops, so many breweries, all doing their own thing. And obviously, you know, if it's a honeycomb beer, then we're obviously going down a certain street with that. It's like imperial stouts, and well, with all styles of beer, you know, there's so many different. Oh gosh, absolutely frozen. So yeah, Sainsbury's doing their thing to up their range of beers, and yeah, not doing too bad really. Yeah, it's that thing, isn't it? It's this time of the year. I suppose with craft beers, you've got to try and appeal to the craft beer drinkers, but also you've got to push some of the traditional beer drinkers also into craft and getting them to explore the world of craft beers. Looks a bit more orangey now than it did a minute ago. A little more lemony a minute ago. So just to show you it changes, probably I would assume a bit of sediment in the can. Although I don't suppose that Brew By Numbers really want me to say that, but okay, not quite as dry on the back end this time. Not bad at all, though. No, it's a nice beer. I've had some from Brew By Numbers before. Mainly got them from low cost beer, I think. Well, was they in supermarkets at one stage? Might have been in Morrison's at one stage. I know I've bought a Brew By Numbers from one of the supermarkets. I'm sure I have. I hazard to guess it was Morrison's. Their range changed so much. Dear. So, I did mention that I'm getting renewing our wedding vows next year, but also a stag do. And I'm looking to do a stag do, a bit of an open invite to people to come and join me, beer reviewers and beer community and other breweries as well, brewers, and do a bit of a trek around Nottingham's craft beer pubs and probably start somewhere like Neon Raptors Tap Room or somewhere, because if you're going to go anywhere, you've got to go to Neon Raptors Tap with the good man, Mr. Dave, Dave Pim's Row, or Sab Row as he sometimes calls himself. That's coconut, obviously. And then doing a bit of a trek round, probably a Friday or Saturday night. Friday night's probably a better night, keeping away from the idiot pubs. But there's plenty of good craft beer pubs anyway that you don't get that sort. It's funny how you don't get that sort of thing, aggro and thing. I mean, you get people falling asleep because they've had a bit too much to drink. I've done it myself. And our man Peter, I know he has as well. Seen the photos last year, mate. But yeah, these things happen, don't they? Can't win them all. But yeah, looking at about April next year for that. And then obviously got my wedding day, if you call it a wedding day. I'm not sure what you call it. A wedding vow day. Renew vows day. I'm not sure what you call it. Wedding day 2. But yeah, definitely looking at the old getting as many beer in mini kegs as possible or bag in box. I'm open to doing both routes. I will speak to local breweries, try and twist some arms and say, I need your beer, and go down that route. And got some nice people who work in the brewery sector and who have created a friendship with, and it's great because Nottingham, we have got great breweries, and it's something I want to do. And I've said it before, and I do want to do it on my wedding night and try and invite as many people as we can afford to invite, obviously, because obviously you've got to pay for the food side of things. The beer side of things is okay, really. I mean, I'm open to have as many as from 15 to 20 kegs, mini kegs, holding 9 pints each. So, be a good night. And I don't know if my workplace will pay for them or I pay for them. And there's free corkage or whatever you call it. I don't know what you call it, a bloody thing. I don't get married every day, so I don't understand. But yeah, definitely want to go down that route, and maybe doing speak to the wife and do little beer reviews, and you know, obviously we get married earlier. The evening's a bit something different, and you know, how many people have beer festivals at their wedding? I think it'll be bloody amazing, aren't they? And yeah, I'm gonna try and get some kegs of beers from different breweries and that. You know, try and get some from all over the country if I can afford it as well. I mean, there's a couple of local breweries I'd love to get actual proper kegs from, and have like the beer monster machines and get it, you know, pour it out. Because I've been at a brewery, Bang the Elephant, where they've got it set up, and you know, it would be amazing to have one of their imperials. You know, I've got time for certain breweries in Nottingham. I've got massive both respect for, and they came to me and they were really nice to me at a time when I was either low or just, you know, held out that hand of friendship, and it does mean so much, you know. Niceness in this world is a thing that too many people forget about, and it's really strange. I'm looking over there, and I've got a beer mat thing that says Grantham Stout, and I'm off to Grantham tomorrow. How weird's that? But yeah, the end of friendship, and you know, um, Bang the Elephant, Castle Rock Brewery, Navigation Brewery, Blue Monkey, really have been good friends and that to me, as well as Urban Chicken, and certainly Mr. Urban Chicken, Mr. Darren. He's been amazing, and Fire Rock as well. And I will be chatting to all these local breweries, because if I'm going to do that sort of thing, one, I want to invite some of these people down, because you know I have such respect for them. Whether they'll be able to come, that's another thing. You know, it's a bit of a trek from where people live to get to my workplace for a wedding. But nonetheless, there'll be invites going out. Funnily enough, my circle of friends is so small that most of them are online or actually breweries these days. Hey, and I mean, I've got my workmates from Sainsbury's, and I've got a couple of workmates from Streetwise. I've got nobody from that other job. Let's not go down that bloody road. But and I've no one from the city council either. You know, I don't really talk to anyone from there anymore. And you know, there's lots of reasons for that. But you know, such is life. Yes. So, enjoyable beer from Brew By Numbers. Still a nice hoppy nose, certainly mango on the aroma. Mango on the taste, and that dry, zesty dryness, citrusy, zesty. Yeah, it's different. It's a different. It's not just your standard pale ale. Trust me. It's a bit of an eye opener. As with all my reviews, it's about the beer. It's about more than the beer. But the beer obviously is the centre, because that's the whole reason for doing the beer review in the first place. Enjoyed this? Would I drink it again? No, probably not. No, definitely a one-off beer. I do find that the majority of craft beers are one-offs. Do you find that? And this is something that I'm going to bring up in a Let's Talk About Beer. And are beers these days one-off buys where you just drink it once and don't repeat it. Very interesting. Not just for me as someone who reviews beers and who generally doesn't want to go down that same road twice, but for the community out there. Do you just drink a beer once and be done with it, or do you have your beers that you go to time and time again? Very interesting. It's just something I'm going to bring up. For me, a good 4.2% out of 5. And yeah, I enjoyed it. That's the main thing you can get from this. And thank you for watching. See you soon. Cheers all.